As part of our external flash masterclass, I promised to gradually guide you through how each flash will be used. We deliberately did not include it directly in the entire masterclass because there is a huge number of flashes, so we start with the first one, which is the Canon 580EX2. It's a relatively old flash, but despite that, it's extremely high quality nowadays and still has a lot to offer. A very important part of the entire flash is, of course, the batteries. Without the battery, we wouldn't get anywhere. If we want to get to the batteries, we have to go to the right side and there's a cover, which has a very simple opening mechanism. There's a little ball with grooves here that I have to push back and then pull the whole thing down. At that moment, the cover opens and I have my batteries here, which I can put in. Don't forget to put them in correctly, of course. When we close it, it all snaps into place automatically. Let's take a look at the back part, which means the part where I'll be able to control my external flash. Of course, you already understand the principle from the masterclass, but let's take a look at the specific buttons and their location. The single flash is very well described. I have an on-off button here, which means on-off, and I turn the flash on or off. What is extremely important information for us is this glowing red dot, which indicates to us that the flash is charged. I don't know why they made it red, but when I press it once, it flashes and it's also test button. Sometimes it can glow green, meaning it's charging. I choose deliberate manual and full power, and when I press it, you might notice that it goes off for a moment. Then it indicates that it is not sufficiently charged. This means it has not yet regenerated capacity from the battery for another flash. Below that, there is another LED that indicates when you connect an external source from the side, and it lights up green to let you know that it is also drawing power from the external source. Then we have other features available here, which are mostly very well recognizable and described already from the pictograms. We have a simple button here that lights up the display. If I hold it longer, I get into the settings, which means I can go through each setting, function, and set its value step by step. Since I don't know what function 00 is, it's absolutely useless to me. Please do this through your camera instead. Another button we have available is the mode button. This means either moving between ETTL, manual, or multi-flash. Let's stick with that ETTL. We're going step by step. Then the next button, actually the third one from the left, you have this kind of flash with an H and those 3 arrows. From the masterclass, you already know what it means. It means when I press this, an H will appear, which stands for high speed. When I press it again, the second curtain will appear, and when I press it once more, it will go back. And then here I have zoom. Now it started blinking. That means I can now manually adjust the range of my zoom as I want. If I decided that I want to set some compensation in ETTL, all I need to do is press the center button and I can immediately see a plus or minus blinking here. So I use the wheel to adjust whether I want to go to the plus or minus. That means compensating for the flash. When I press it one more time, you can see that FEB appears. This means that I give 3 flashes in a row, and I can set the power difference between the flashes. So the first will be -2, the second will be at 0, and the third will be +2. Of course, ideally then reset it too. If I happen to want to use this flash wirelessly through radio, I can use this flash to control other flashes. I just need to hold this flash longer. Now you see, I have off. I can switch it to on, which means I am now the master, the one who controls all other flashes in the room, or I can be the slave, which means slave is the one who waits, for example, using the front photocell to receive information. So it can be slave, master, or of course, the wireless is off. As you can see, the flash is quite simple, yet still fulfills all the important parameters you will mainly need from a flash in the beginning. Even though I've been making a living from photography for several years, I still use this as my main flash because basically I only need ETTL, manual, compensation, and high speed. I don't really need anything else from those flashes.